How's it going, everybody? I is your Reaper 31 here, and I'm finally back making a video. I know it has been too long. Almost been about 3 months, but I'm finally back, and more importantly, Ted Lasso came back. For those of you who've been wondering where I've been, I'll explain that in a little bit, but for those who are new to the channel or not aware of Ted Lasso, let me give you a little bit of backstory. Obviously, we played a career mode with Ted in FIFA 16 where we were at Newport County for 3 seasons. And we were pretty much a League 2 side through and through. We build up slowly but surely. By the 3rd season, we got to the playoff finals, and Ted side triumphantly won the game and got promoted to League 1. And shortly after the victory celebration and the champagne was popping in the locker room, Ted announced that he would be leaving Newport County at the end of the season. To where he will end up, I don't know. He's had a long holiday, had time to go back to America and brag to all his friends and his family about the joys of the Welsh countryside. But there have been so many offers that Ted's looking into, many clubs, lots of rumors, but tonight in this episode we will get that sorted out. So let's go ahead and jump into this real quick. So to answer where I've been here, I just haven't been able to do videos. I've been kind of busy with life in general. I've been traveling a lot. I actually just got back from another vacation here this week, and I've just been working behind the scenes trying to get the PES to play, learn the game, and try to get the gameplay as best I can with what we have. And also been working on some patches, kind of using a hybrid patch here on the PC to try to bring out the best of all the mods out there. But if you take a look, I'm really excited to start a Master League with Ted Lasso. This is going to be very well done, I think, and hopefully we can really see Ted Lasso grow here. Alright, so let's take a look at the settings here. We're going to play on top player for now. That may change to superstar later. I'm still kind of getting my feet wet in this game. I've done a lot of testing of it, and I'm really just wanting to get into it. We'll leave it on dollars just to hold the suspense. We won't change it to euros or anything like that. No classic pairs. We will use additional leagues because I do have the Bundesliga, the J League, and MLS in here as well. Could that be where Ted's going? We'll see. Let's go ahead and click OK here. Now, Ted Lasso is obviously from America. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and you'll see how Ted looks like when I'm done. And there it is. There's Ted Lasso in the flesh here in PES 2017. Well, at least a picture of him anyway. We'll get to see his announcement here shortly. Like I said, I'm very excited to finally get this series off the ground. I've been wanting to do this for months now, and it's really taken a lot longer than I thought it would to get this off the ground and going, but I think I'm at a point where I'm pretty confident in what I have to offer. So let's go ahead and move on, advance to the next screen. I'm choosing a lineup. I know Master League original lineup is pretty cool. You can just start with a generic team, which would be awesome, but we're going to stick to the club lineups for this one. Alright, this is where we choose a club. More often, we choose a league where we're at. So, I'm going to put another cut in here, and when we come back, you will know the location of Ted Lasso's new manager position here as this road to glory featuring Ted Lasso continues on here as we move from FIFA to PES. So sit back and enjoy. Everybody's gathering in the press room right now to see where Ted Lasso will end up this season. And here he comes walking up to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, Your new manager for the Queen's Park Rangers is Ted Lasso. A big announcement here as he stays in England for hopefully another successful campaign. He gets a standing ovation here as he's announced as the manager. Looking good in his suit. And the club's secretary is welcoming Ted Lasso to the club. And yeah, boys, QPR, as we take a look at the schedule for the month of August. Sorry. We got the championship getting started here on the 15th. National teams announced 21st. And we got a big derby matchup against Fulham on the 22nd. And then the UEFA Best Player in Europe award announced, and the last day of the transfer window. So you might be wondering, why QPR? Yes, we're open to... So there it is, Ted Lasso. Looking pretty good, if I must say so. But why QPR? Well, if you know my good friend Matt 10, he did a FIFA 16 career mode with QPR. He did a full season and ended up getting sacked. So while Ted was mulling over offers, there was a lot of rumors to where he would end up. There was talk that he would end up maybe in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands, or maybe some other club in England, or maybe even in the MLS. But he landed the gig at QPR. Back to London comes Ted Lasso, looking to make a name for himself. Now on English soil, not in Newport County, he was in Wales, but now fully in England. Jumped straight up to the championship, and I'm real excited for this. I think Ted's going to bring a unique flavor to the Loftus Road crowd, and hopefully the fans will support him and hopefully keep him on board a little bit longer than the previous manager in that 10. So, now to business. Now we get to the fun part. We won't be doing any gameplay in this episode. It'll just be me talking over the squad and just kind of going over stuff and whatnot. So let's take a look at the squad first and just kind of go over to what we have. If you listen to the teams, thank you, Mr. Sports Director. I need to come up with names for all these people. If you got any good ones, let me know in the comments what I can name these fictional members at our club. Now let's go ahead and sort by overall. All right, so starting at the top here, we've got Stephen Cocker here, center back, and he looks like he's in good shape here. Let me look. Just a minute. Okay, England's still developing. Very nice. Then we got Onua here, another center back. He's going to be our captain this season, our star player who we're going to look to lean on this season to lead the back line. I think QPR, as far as center backs guys go, I think we're pretty solid for the championship. I really don't see improvement in that area. We've got the Polish, and hopefully I'll say his name right, Wazolski. No, that's not right. Wazol. If you could tell me how to pronounce that, I would love to know. But he's no, he just transferred in from League Warsaw. I could be wrong, but 24 years old, in his peak though, so he's not going to grow much. But really, he's going to be a good player for us as a whole player, kind of in the either on the wing or maybe even up top at attacking mid. But not a bad player. Sandro, our destroyer defensive midfielder, he's going to be a leader on the pitch as well. So I mean, right now this team's looking pretty decent. I mean, there's definitely some holes that need to be filled. We got Mbagado. Oh my god, I want to butcher all these names. Hall, another solid center back coming off the bench. Borisuk, another Pole. Luongo, the Australian protege. So he's a very young player looking to still grow. Sherry, the Dutch attacking midfielder. We don't have a lot of options in attacking midfielder. That's probably one of the positions we'll look to improve. But what is he? 28 in decline, so we may need to think about getting one of those. We got Henry, I guess is his English. Another in decline defensive mid, but still pretty serviceable for us. And here we go. We've got the German Holter as our lead striker for this season's as it stands. I think he's a pretty big guy. I don't know. Do we have any stats on this guy? Why is it in centimeters? 190, but I know he's pretty tall and pretty big for. He's a good target man when he's playing the advanced striker role in this game, but he should be able to do the work when those aerial battles that we need. We got Cousins here, another center back. You can see we're pretty loaded for center backs here. Lynch in the decline, 28 years old. Maybe someone we sell. Perch is our starting right back. He's a defensive fullback, which I really don't find a lot of those in this game. Most of the fullbacks are offensive minded, so that's a good change of pace. In decline now, 31, so he's getting up there. Maybe look to replace him in the near future. Washington, the Northern Irish striker. He's going to be playing behind Poulter, going to be swapping in and out, but he looks to be pretty solid. Still developing at 24. Uribe Sicila, I know he's a new signing for the season. The dummy runner. He's probably going to play on the left as a winger. I do think left wing is a position where we're kind of thin in. We really don't have a real set number one, but Silla's got great. I think he's a little quick player, so hopefully he can do some work for us this season. Robinson, starting left back, offensive fullback, still developing. He's a team player, so not looking to get rid of him anytime soon. Looks like he's got some use. Mackey, box to box, right midfielder, a little bit older up there, but maybe an option off the bench for us. Here's our number one goaltender, Smithies, and he's an offensive keeper, which is always nice. Still developing at 26. We do have a lot of youth in the squad in our depth, but we do have some mixes, some older players, it looks like, as well. Bidwell, another option at left back, still developing. We got Yadi, another Dutch winger. Looks to be a peak level 27, so okay, but we could probably get some playing time. Here's our backup Ingram, still developing, so we've got two young goalkeepers here that are probably going to be sharing a lot of minutes. We'll see which one ends up being the stud for us. If in FIFA 16 our goalkeepers were always seem to be the studs of the team, but hopefully we got a little bit better defensive-minded team, so maybe they don't have to carry the load like they did in Newport County. We got Peterasso, Canadian, a young player, 21, still developing. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get. There's a lot of more experienced players ahead of him, but you could see a run out of maybe a cut match or something. Gladwin, again, we're pretty stacked in the middle of the park as far as defensive. Maybe more offensive, but yeah, still developing. Shadipo, the Irish young player, still developing at 60. Not bad. I think he may get some minutes as well, depending if the other strikers fall in their face. But you can see we're kind of dropping off here from our starters to our depth. We've got a little bit of a gap in there as far as getting some players where we need. So maybe we could find something in this transfer window. We'll just have to wait and see. Paul, another midfield option. Probably not going to be used as much. Pro Holy, still developing. French, center mid. So again, we're very stacked in the middle of the park depth-wise, it looks like. But not bad. KK, right back, still developing youth prospect. Not a high overall, but I think he's probably going to get some playing time because, again, right back we only have, I think, Perch is our only other option, but he could be probably serviceable in that role. Hopefully we can grow him a little bit. And here's our third keeper, Lumley, the young English prospect. So we do have a lot of young players here, and actually we'll take a look at his offer here from Estudiantes de la Plata. Oh, that's in South America. They want an English striker. Got some room to negotiate. So I've been a little familiar with this, but we'll see what they're offering. 459, so he's worth 437. Let's see what they're offering for salary. 194. Oof, he's getting a pretty good deal. Let's see. Well, we got a good chance to get more money out of him, but we got 11 million in the budget, so we're really pretty solid for the championship right now. I really don't know where we could really gain any ground here. I know we probably don't need a third keeper, but it's nice to have that option. We can at least, and he's a youth prospect, so he's going to get some bonuses to his growth. So he gets some personal development boosts. So it might be useful. That he might be on some green flashing areas, so he might actually get some playing time as well. I'm more inclined to send a player like this out on loan. But let me know what you think. Should we let him go? Should we keep him? I think it'd probably be better to stay, but we can always discuss that in the next episode. That's the team. Now we still need some youth players, and we're going to go do that next. These are the youth players for the team. Thank you, Mr. Sports Director. Going down the list of what we need here, I've got a pretty good idea what we need. We definitely need a left midfielder. I think that's where we need to focus on it. I want to fill it with a youth team. I really don't want to depend on these guys too much, but I still want to promote. Ted's all about the youth, and we found some pretty good wingers in the FIFA 16 career mode, so maybe PES will be a little bit more lucky as well. But we're gonna go ahead and put in an offer for this Finnish left midfielder named Artemin. It looks to be pretty decent. He's got his overalls good enough to be in the squad, so let's go ahead and sign this player. 7228, transfer required. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the deal done. So there you go. We've signed our young left midfielder, add more depth. Not bad at all. Okay, so let's look at scouting real quick. I haven't really tested it too much, but it is just looking through the lineups what we need to look at. I think first we need one position we do need to strengthen right off the bat is a forward. Let's look at forwards here, what we can find. Area, we'll just stick to Europe for now. I really don't want to go abroad with my searches yet. I want to try to focus on just bringing in European players for the time being. When we get a little bit bigger, then we'll probably consider more from other prospects from across the pond. Things to focus on. I want to look at still developing players. I think make sure we have development players in those roles will be beneficial for us going forward. We are going to consider the budget. I want to get specific on this. Yeah, let's get pretty specific on this. Let's look for a right winger. Yeah, right winger. I think because we only have one in the squad, so let's pull him up. And I am going to look for another left midfielder while we're here, because it doesn't hurt to have some depth there as well. And lastly, we need left back. So yeah, we need some left-sided players here, because we just don't have the depth at the moment to cover everything. Just stick to Europe. Again, still developing. I'm really looking for just find depth players. We'll see what the scouts bring back, and if we can offer something, that would be fantastic. But let me know what you think. If you have a suggestion since going through the lineup, you have any ideas who I should maybe take a look at or sign, I'll put them on my short list, and we can go over and look at them. I have a kind of an idea of how I want to build this squad, because I tend to like to build squads very slowly. In this game, it's pretty easy to jack up money on prices to sell players, and then to get players is pretty easy if they're interested enough. So again, I would like to focus on players that still have some development left and can make an impact, but not go too crazy with it. I mean, our highest overall 76. I'd like to keep it in that ballpark. But yeah, some additional depth would be nice. We could probably send some the players that were under 70 on loan, or maybe transfer list some of the older players in that position. But yeah, moving on. Let's take a look at training real quick. Work on training players. I'm still kind of learning the training stuff as I go. I think everybody's kind of set to whatever their playing style is coordinated with. Everything else is on balance for everybody. I think that's fine for now. If I want to get real specific, I may get into that later. Skill training I do want to work at right now. And the one thing I really feel like we need to do is I need to get marking. Let's get some marking done for a new Ha here, since he's available. He's a star player. He needs to be able to learn marking. Enable the stick player to chase down opponents, so that'd be very useful. Also, probably do some track back as well. Just fill in some of these skill trainings for the players. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at the team roles real quick. See, we've got a few players that are youth prospects, one protege, a lot of leaders on this team, so we've got a pretty good balance of players. Your star player, we've got some team players here with a couple more growing. We've got a lot of rising stars coming up through the ranks here in our youth academy, so I don't want to ship them off too soon. Bad boys, we've got a lot of those. We've got a few of those. Risk takers, so potential to be very good here. But I want you guys to keep in mind, since I know we have to announce, I know in the game here, probably within the first month or two, I can't remember, that the manager gets to pick one player to be like the player of the year, or kind of the manager's pick. So I want your guys' help on that. You've seen the squad. Give me an idea of who you think is going to be the stud of this team for this upcoming season. And Ted Lasso will go through them and make the announcements when the time comes. I think that's about it. There's a lot to digest here in the manager mode series. You can see our team spirit's not great at the moment. We've got a pretty strong side, which is encouraging, but you know, it all boils down to my bad gameplay at the end of the day. So their status. Oh yeah, that's the status of the players. But yeah, if you guys have any quick look at the club of balance, I know no one really cares, but obviously I want to try to keep this in the green, and if it starts going into the red, making too many wheeling and dealing, then we'll showing back the transfers and maybe we can sell some players. But that is going to do it for the first episode. I wanted to kind of keep this kind of short and just kind of go over, make Ted Lasso, and just kind of give a rough explanation and announce that Ted Lasso is going to manage QPR this season. So I hope you guys are happy for the series to be back on my channel. Likes are always appreciated, so hopefully I can give you guys as good content as I did on FIFA 16. I'm really excited to get really dig into this Master League and start from building the reputation of Ted Lasso to make him one of the best managers in the world. So until next time, guys, stay tuned for the next episode where we get into the league and maybe make some transfer offers. But until next time, I'm IceReaper31, and I'll see you around.